Hello, I'm Elisa Parigi from thinkautism.co.uk, and this week I'm going to talk to you a little bit about perspective taking. Perspective taking is about looking at things from another person's point of view, and this might mean that you literally look at things from another person's point of view in a physical position, and it might also mean emotionally, and the emotional side is usually what causes more challenge and difficulties for people, because you really need to detach yourself from your own point of view and imagine what it's like from another person's point of view and what they might be experiencing and what they might be feeling. And if you're already struggling to think about what yourself is feeling and what you're experiencing, then it's definitely going to be a challenge to think about stepping into somebody else's shoes and thinking in that way. I think we could probably all share some sort of examples of how this perspective taking may have caused challenges or issues in your own life. So it's a very valuable ability to have, and really, if it's not strong enough, it tends to affect things socially. So socially, it may be that you affect your friendships or your relationships, because without it, we tend to experience breakdowns and confusion. And sometimes this can result in actually upsetting other people when they don't understand why you can't see it from their point of view. And I think even for adults in everyday situations, sometimes this can be a challenge. So it's a hard topic, and it's a hard thing to learn. So we need to think about how this develops. So you need to consider developmentally where your child is at. There's no point in jumping right to the top and helping them to think about how other people might feel when they don't have the developmental milestones that they need before that to achieve it. So one of the things to think about for one of the steps in developmental milestones is actually thinking about how to address it physically. So looking at objects at different physical positions, and taking it really literally and really saying, okay, well, from this angle or from this position, I can see something different to you, and helping them to accept that it's okay that you can see things differently. It's also then from that point, you can then start to look at how you're going to help children see things from your point of view or from somebody else's point of view, not necessarily in the physical situation, but more emotionally. And this will take quite a few practice goes, and using lots of opportunities in everyday life to really help your child to experience and see that. Something that has been quite useful for some of the clients I work with, if they're at this level and ability to try it, is to actually use pretend play and stepping into different characters to act out and feel and experience different perspectives in role play, for example. I appreciate that not everybody will be at that level, and also it does mean that you would need to have an element of pretend play as a milestone in place there as well. So that's just an extra for some who are a bit older and may have a deeper understanding, but not yet developed the perspective taking. So a bit of a tricky one this week, I think, to help children to learn, but obviously a really important one, because we don't want to have those breakdowns in friendships and relationships later on in life. So if we can really help them to take perspectives, that will really make a difference for them. So your task this week, I think, would be really useful if you could just observe and notice where your child is at with this particular topic, and just think about and consider what your next steps might be in order to help them develop this perspective taking ability. Okay, I would love to hear how you get on with it, and you can share your progress or obstacles on the Facebook page, or you can contact me directly at elisa@thinkautism.co.uk. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.